product costing. So in that product costing, how we are going to evaluate the product? Okay, before manufacturing of the product, the product valuation will be done, okay, by using the product costing functionality. In this product costing functionality, we have a two kind of productions are there. One is a make to order, another one is a make to stock. Okay, so the functionality of the make to order is that based on the customer order or customer demand, we are going to manufacture, or we are going to produce the product. In case if we do not have the, we are expecting the orders from the customers in future, not now, in future. So that one we are going to call it as a make to stock. Okay, and also what are the departments which are going to involve, what are the documents, what are the modules which are going to involve in this product costing? Is a production planning department, okay, and material management. Okay, production planning, material management, I will write it here, material management, finance and controlling. All these modules are going to involve. Okay, now
screen రావట్లేదు ఇది.
one moment. Let me sorry. Okay, fine. Now all the modules will be interlinked. Now how the production planning will be effect for my product costing? First, let us discuss the one by one. PP module. Okay, in the production planning module, what we are going to say, see, the production planning objective is that, okay, what they will do, they will prepare a one bill of material. Okay, what we could say, it's a BOM, bill of material. In that BOM, what it contains. Now let us assume we are manufacturing a laptop. Okay, to manufacture a laptop, what kind of raw materials to be required? Now I would require maybe plastic, I would require silver, I would require some iron. Okay, what kind of raw materials to be required, and at the same time what kind of and also how much quantity to be required to manufacture a single product. Remember, the production planning department, what they could say, bill of material, BOM, what we could say, BOM, bill of material. Okay, what they will do, production planning department, see, to produce I will mention here, to produce the FG, to finished goods, I will mention here is the, to produce my laptop, to produce the laptop. Okay, what materials required, and how much quantity how much quantity required for the production. Okay, now here the bill of material, it contains this information. Now let us assume I want a rubber. Okay, let us assume, okay, plastic I want is a 2 kgs. 2 kgs I will mention like this. Then next one is a rubber I want is a another, okay, 3 kgs. Okay, let me assume 2 kgs only to manufacture. Then rubber I want is a 2 kgs to manufacture my product. Then raw material, okay, how we are going to calculate the cost means, raw material standard cost, is equal, okay, quantity now how the equal quantity, okay, raw materials standard quantity from bill of material, okay, how it is going to, how the calculation will be done, production planning. Okay, production planning production planning into, okay, production planning, the production planning they are going to, okay. So raw material cost will be derived from the material master, then rate from the material master from the EMM module. Okay, see here, raw materials standard cost. How I am going to estimate the raw materials cost? Quantity from the BOM. Now this is the quantity which I would require to calculate the product, to produce the product. What will happen? 2 kgs to be required for to manufacture a product into, okay, what are the quantities which I have mentioned here? Plastic into rate from the material master. This is the quantity which I have mentioned in the, okay, production in the BOM. Then the rate of the material will be derived from my material master, will be derived from my material master. In that material master, it will have the price, standard price. From there the system will determine the price. Okay, remember. Then the next one, how now if you want to do the calculation, now if you want to do the calculation of the materials, now is equal to, let me do like this, then is equal to, okay, how much plastic, how many how much kgs to be required? 1 kg is to be, sorry, 2 kgs to be required. Let us assume in the material master I have a cost is a 75 rupees. Okay, now 75 rupees the cost which is there, which the system is going to determine from the material master, plus then rubber, how much quantity is there to be required? 2 kgs to be required. Then for this one also, for this one into, okay, for this one also into, okay, then what will happen? 2 kgs into, let us assume 125 rupees per kg. Okay, I am just assuming. Then it's a total cost. See, 125 rupees into 2 kgs, what will happen? 250 rupees. 250 plus 75 into t, 75 into 2 kgs, what will happen? This is a 150, this is the 250. 150 plus 250, what will happen? Total cost would be, my cost would be 400 rupees to manufacture the product. My final price would be, means, for the raw material cost 400 rupees. Now, okay, raw material overheads, here we just, sorry, here we just have discussed about the, okay, raw material, how the raw materials cost will be estimated in the bill of material. Okay, now I mean valuation will be done. Then the next one is a raw material overheads. Raw material, raw materials of overheads. Now overheads, like overheads meaning but nothing but it's a charges. Okay, overheads, overheads like charges, okay. Then at the time of receipt, okay, now at the time of, okay, at the time of material receipt, okay, at the time of material receipt, what will happen? It may be the consumption, the material cost included, means when we are receiving the material, let us assume I have purchased the material from outside of the country. What will happen? I have to pay the freight. Okay, so overhead charges I will mention is a freight, straightforward. Okay, freight charges. Then freight charges, freight, then loading, loading charges means which I want to, okay, load my product into, maybe it's by a rail or by lorry or by sea, whatever it may be, I have to load. Okay, what is the mechanism which I am using for loading? Whether either we are using for manual loading, or it's some cranes we are using some machinery. For that one also we must have to pay some additional charges, right? Extra charges. That is the reason we must have to consider. Then loading charges, okay, and unloading also, okay, and unloading unloading charges. Okay, so how it is going to impact? Okay, the loading and unloading charges, it will have directly impact on our PNL, profit and loss account. It is a expenses. Okay, so Then sometimes what will happen, if I purchase, okay, here I just mentioned is a 2 kgs, we are not going to buy 2 kgs, right, from the market. What will happen, I am going to buy is a 1000 quantity from the market, 1000 kgs from the market. Now from that 1000 kgs, now the loading and unloading charges you can charge is a 2%, 2% straightforward or 5% straightforward. Okay, now how it is going to calculate, now this is the 400, right, in this 400 you need to calculate, let us assume 5% loading and unloading charges. It's a directly it will have, right, loading and unloading charges will have a direct impact on our profit and loss account, on our on our PNL, on our profit and loss statement. So some clients what they will say, okay, now instead of charging the, okay, maybe if it is a kgs wise, some people may ask for loading and unloading kg wise, or some people may ask, okay, you can give whatever it will be there, okay, you can give the some 2% on the total cost, what it depends on the organization. Okay, now if let us assume if it is a, if you want to charge is some 5%. Now this is the cost of the estimation. Okay, now on this 400, let us assume on this 400 into, okay, 5% which I am going to charge, 4% into 5%. What will happen? The total cost is 20 rupees. Okay, this is the, sorry, loading and unloading. I mean the raw materials of overheads which I am going to consider. Then the next one is a production costs. Production production costs. Okay, now to manufacture a product, what kind of costs which are incurred, which are involved. Okay, then now you are running a machinery, okay, to production. Okay, now what will happen, to run a machinery you would require is a labor, and also at the same time you would require is a machinery, and also you have, okay, for the organization labors, what you have to do, you have to pay the wages, okay, and employees you have to pay the salaries, and to run the machine you would require is a power. Okay, if there are any additional lubricants, okay, whatever the expenses, whatever the overheads, the raw materials overheads are there, you can include here in the I mean you can include to produce a product, what kind of expenses which you are going to incur, you need to consider all together in the production costs, in the production costs. Now cost centers, okay, what will happen, okay, here to produce means I have a different kind of expenses. As I told, I am paying wages, I am paying salaries, and I am paying power bills, and also I am paying some, using some lubricants. Now okay, now the expenses I am incurring, it's a different ways, for purpose is it to produce my product. But now here, how can I track these expenses? Now how can I track these expenses? Okay, now now see here you need to understand this process, you need to understand. Okay, now in production costs, to track the production costs, what we are going to define, cost centers in production, in PP production planning module, we are going to say them as a work centers. Okay, I will explain you. Cost cost centers cost centers in production, in pp module we are going to say work centers. Okay, now how the work centers will be there, please concentrate here and understand this concept. Now then the now okay, first before start this one, before explain this one, now to manufacture a product, let us assume we are initially from the beginning we are discussing about my organization is a laptop manufacturing company. Now to manufacture a product, to come the final output of the laptop, okay, what I would require, okay, different processes which I need to perform within my organization. Now let us assume process 1. Okay, in this process one, okay, in this process one, let us assume what will happen, the activity, what it is going to happen. Okay, I am the chopping the material or cutting the raw material, chopping the raw material means I have a raw materials. Okay, I have the raw materials. So the raw materials which I am cutting, okay, in the process number one. Once that material will be once the material will be chopped and cleaning it, okay, chopping and cleaning, these two activities which I am performing in process one. Now once these activities will be done, I am moving material, that chopped raw material, and once the cleaned material, I am moving to the process 2. Let us assume, okay, process 2. Okay, so in this process 2, what is going to happen, okay, in this process 2, let us, I will give an example now. Okay, so keyboard keyboard prod, keyboard keyboard production produce. In this what will happen, keyboard, I am producing keyboard, and also at the same time motherboard producing. Okay, motherboard I am producing, and also RAM producing. Okay, RAM. Okay, or else as a hard disk producing, hard disk. Okay, other etc. Okay, etc. Whatever the required, other some inside of the cables or whatever it is required. Okay, in the process two, this is going to happen. Then once this will be done, then at the end the process, at the end the process 3, in the process 3, what is going to happen, the final assemble will happen, the final assemble will happen. What is happen, the final assemble will be happen. So here once the you have a different kind of spare parts, keyboard is a separate spare part, motherboard and also hard disk, RAM. Okay, inside of the cables, so screen, it's a different kind of or it's a individual spare parts. Now at the final stage, what you are doing, we are we are assembling all the products, means we are the final output we are going to see in this phase, in this process number 3, means the material which is moving either from process 1 to process 2, process 2 to process 3. Now during this process, we are going to incurring different kind of expenses, right? Now the raw material, I mean material here, for the process 1, I am issuing raw material. Once this will be happen, then I am moving to the process 1 to process 2. This is the semi finished product, means it is not the raw material, it is a semi finished. From again process to process 3, whatever I am moving the product one by one. Okay, so now here raw materials, are raw materials are, it's a semi finished product. Now from here I am issuing means initially I am issuing raw materials to the process one to chopping and to cleaning purpose. Then from here again, it's a good, the transfer will be done again from here to again, the the step by step it is moving, the step by step, one by one process will be completed. Then again we are moving to the next process. Okay, the goods we are moving process by process. At the final end, you can able to see the, you will see the final output. Okay, now all the products need to go through the all departments. This we could say it's a process one. I just mentioned here is the, okay, process one, process two, process three for our understanding. Or it's all these processes will be part of your production planning department. Now all the products, see, products all the products need all the products need not go through all departments. Now let us assume, see, now whatever the product which I have done into the process number 2. Okay, now directly let us assume here I have not included my laptop screens. Okay, now screens I am buying from the outside, then directly I am Okay, what I will, okay, I will assemble the some cases, okay, somebody has requested that, some client has requested that, okay, please do not assemble all the products, you can give the spare parts to me, okay, then I will do the assemble. Okay, if that is the client, if that is the requirement also, we can have a separate keyboard, okay, we can have a separate motherboard even. Then in this situation, no need to move this product, this semi finished product to the final process, because that is not the our requirement in this situation. It's a depends on the requirement. Okay, the products no need to move, no need to, no need to okay, the products, okay, sorry, the products need not to go, need not to go through, need not to go through all the departments, all the processes, all the processes what I have, all the processes means no need to move one by one. Okay, process flow for each production is a pp module, we call it as a routing. As I told, from this process to this process, this process to this process, we are going to call it as a routing. Okay, routing in the important, this is the important. Okay, then means the material which we are moving from one department to I mean one process to another process, we are going to call it as a routing. Okay, see the process flow for, the process flow for each product, each product in pp, in pp module, in pp module we call as routing, we call as a routing, remember. Then pp module, pp module, how the routing is going to, how the routing now. Let us see, let us see now process number one. Okay, let us see this process number one. Okay, now process number two, we have, as I have explained, sorry, we have the three processes are there. Okay, one by one we'll see this one, process number two, then we have the process number three, process number three. Now, so here what is going to happen? I am going to issue the raw materials. Okay, it means from here the raw materials issued, raw material from one by one. Here I am issuing the raw material. I am issuing the, okay, my product to, I mean, from once the process one is completed, I am transferring that material to the, okay, next level. Okay, then the final issue finish. This is the issue only, semi-finished product only. Here is the issue finished product. Issue finished product. The here at the last, at the end, we can able to see the finished product. Now here what I am issuing to the process number one, remember, raw materials, raw materials I am issuing. What is the raw materials? Okay, raw materials I have issued. Okay, now okay, fine, do one thing, one moment, like this, raw materials I have issued. Here also I have issued. Here is the issued finished product. Okay, this one. Okay, so okay, fine. So I have issued raw materials to the process one by one. Then what is my wages? Okay, what is my wages? Let us assume my wages cost would be a, okay, let us assume it's a 3 lakhs rupees. Okay, now means for whoever is a working in my, I mean workers, for them I am paying the wages. Then salaries, salaries, let us assume I am paying is the salaries 1 lakh rupees. Then power, so I am utilizing the power also. Okay, for this power, okay, let us assume this much amount which has been happened. Okay, now Now total, now power I am using some lubricants, some oils kind of thing. Okay, what I'm using is a, let us assume is a 50,000 rupees, 50,000 rupees. So what is my total cost? What is my total planned cost? Remember here the production planning department, we are estimating the cost. This is not the final cost, right? We are just estimating what is my planned cost. Okay, my planned cost. Okay, my planned cost to produce, to produce this one. Okay, to produce this one total, see the estimation of this one, this is not for the single quantity, this is for the total quantity production. Okay, remember my cost would be a 7,70,000, let us assume. Then the next one is a planned hours available. Planned means to produce this product completing. Okay, how many hours to be required? Okay, how many hours to be required? Okay, planned hours planned hours available. Okay, now mission, how we are going to estimate the planning hours, I mean the available the planned hours, I mean. Okay, now let us assume I have a machinery. That machinery I am running 24 by 7. Okay, I am running. Okay, fine. So how I am. Okay, so the planned hours available, how we are going to calculate? We have a machinery. Okay, the machinery which I am running 24 by 7. Okay, to run my machinery, what is going to happen? I am using labors. Okay, three shifts as a three shifts. Okay, now to machine to run my, okay, 100 peoples are working. Let us assume for the planned hours calculation. Okay, 100 workers are working. 100. Okay, 100 workers. Okay, 100 people are working, 100 workers working 100 workers. Then the next one is a three shifts. How many shifts per day? Okay, three shifts, three shifts are there. Then the next one is a, okay, then how many days in a, how many hours in a day? 24 hours, right? 24 hours. 24 hours. Now if I do the calculation, this one, okay, 100 workers are working per shift. Okay, in a day. Okay, three shifts means 300 total. Okay, now number of days to produce. Okay, 30 days to manufacture my complete the product. 30 days it will take time. 30 days. Okay, 30 days time it will take. Now let us assume, now by using all this information, let us assume machine hour rate. Let us calculate the machine hour rate. How the machine hour rate will come? Machine hour rate. Remember machine hour rate calculation. Machine hour rate calculation. Sorry. Okay, then. Okay, so here my mission hour rate calculation. Okay, how the mission hour rate calculation will be done? Okay, based on the activity type. So activity, what are the activities which I am performing? I am using workers to manage. This is a one activity. Then three shifts, then hours, then days. Okay, how many days? Now how? Okay, number of. Okay, now number of days, 30 days we have seen, right? Okay, now for 30 days. Okay, for 30 days, let us assume. Now let us think like this: 30 days, okay, to manufacture my product. Okay, 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 now how many employees are working, how many workers are working? 100 workers are working. Okay, what I will do, 100 workers are working, then into how many days the calculation, to complete my production, 30 days. Okay, 30 days into how many days, how many hours in a day? Okay, we have total 24 hours, total 24 hours. So what will happen, if I go here, one moment, 24 hours, then total is a 72,000. Okay, so the 72,000 is a, okay, 72,000 hours. It is going to, I will put it like this, is equal to 72,000 hours to be required to manufacture a product. Now, here this is the, this we are going to say, now we are going to say is the, now we are going to calculate the machine hour rate. Now total hours, 72,000 hours to be required, 72,000 hours to be required for total production. Remember, for total customer order or for total, okay, production. Now machine hour rate calculation. Now the next one is the, okay, how we are going to, okay, machine hour rate calculation, okay, based on the activity type we are going to calculate. Now what are the activity types which are involved? Okay, to produce my, to produce, okay, to produce, to produce laptop, to produce a laptop, okay, to produce a laptop, to manufacture a, or to produce one laptop, okay, I would required is a hours. Okay, how many hours to be, hours required, hours required, as per my understanding, as per the calculation, 5 hours to be required, 5 hours to be required to manufacture a one laptop. Remember, to produce final, I'll mention here, to produce final finished goods, finished product. Okay, so what is our product? Our product is a laptop. To produce the final product of laptop, we would require is a 5 hours. Okay, what is the production? Okay, now here the machine hour rate calculation. Okay, one moment, here is the, okay, machine hour rate calculation we have missed here. First let us conclude this machine hour rate. Now how many, how much cost, what is the planned cost which we have seen for the machine hour rate calculation is important here. What is my total planned cost? My total planned cost is a 7,70,000. Then how many hours to be required to manufacture a product? Then 72,000 hours to be required, 72,000 hours to be required. Then what would be my cost? What would be the my cost? Okay, here I will mention what would be 10.70 it will come. Okay, I will mention one, 10.70 it will come. How this has been arrived, how this has been arrived, okay, is equal to 10.70 it is come. This is my 10.70 is my, okay, production cost. Okay, I sorry, this is my per hour cost, machine of per hour for a machine. Okay, to, if I want to use the machinery for manufacturing a product, then the cost per hour rate would be a 10 rupees, 10.70. Okay, then how many hours required here to manufacture my final product? 5 hours to be required. Then what would be my production cost? What would be my production cost? The production cost, okay, remember the production cost, how much? 10.70, 10.70 into how many hours we have estimated to manufacture a product. Let us assume 5 hours. 5 hours, so what will happen is equal to total 53.50. Okay, it will come, the cost would be a, the cost would be a 53.50, so sorry, 53.53, 53. I just have mentioned this one, it will not work. Formula 53.5. Okay, fine, I'll mention here 53.5, then is equal to 53.5 is my production cost per unit. Okay, it's the production cost. Okay, how we need to do the estimation. Okay, this is what the product costing is going to do. Okay, in the product costing we have a two types of product costing is there. One is the activity based costing, means based on the activity wise I am going to track all my expenses information. Next one is a actual costing. Okay, actual costing with material ledger. Now the which I am going to perform actual costing, okay, with the material ledger functionality. Okay, so now whatever the whatever the now what I have explained here. Okay, if anyone is having any further query, so please let me know. Okay, this is what how the product cost estimation will be done in real time, how the okay the production planning department will be involved, and that also material management and finance department all will be involved. Okay, and controlling department, majorly the controlling department will play the key role for the cost estimation. Okay, if anyone is having any further query, so please let me know.